It's a huge privilege working with talented yet overlooked leaders in businesses who believe more often than not that they have the skill and the capability and the aptitude to do their boss's job as well as them. And more often than not, one of the problems that occurs for these people is that they are unable to succeed because of the critics in the organisation. And so it may come as no surprise to you to hear that I was incensed yesterday when I read an article on LinkedIn about how to deal with a toxic employee. Now, this article had all the makings of a really great read. So it was written by a professor in a very famous, who works in a very famous university. It was clearly very well researched. The structure of the article was very balanced until I got towards the end where it started to talk about recommendations that an organisation should maybe try to put in place in order to deal with this toxicity. And it's at this point that I started to sort of think, hang on, am I misreading this? Is this some sort of joke or play on words? And some of the recommendations that this article suggested were things like isolate the toxic employee. So move that employee to another part of the building where their toxicity can't flood out and influence those other people around them. Rearrange the office so that you split up people who tend to bounce ideas off of each other that then lead to performance issues or lead to a department underperforming or that toxicity sort of breeding out beyond that department into other parts of the organisation. One of the other recommendations was ask those people who are impacted by the toxic employee to work from home. So give them the technology to go home, work from a laptop, work from their mobile phone, cloud-based sort of data storage and information storage so that they're no longer impacted by the toxicity that this supposed employee is breeding within a team. And it made me really angry, if I'm completely honest, because it made me consider that those very behaviours and those very recommendations that were being offered probably were one of the reasons that toxicity occurred in that organisation in the first place. And then upon reflection, something struck me. The reason for my displeasure at reading this article on LinkedIn was because some of these toxic employees are the very talented and capable leaders, future leaders, people already at the decision-making table that I work to help. And there is always an underlying reason for the toxicity. And what had sparked me in this article was the sense that an organisation with all of its resources and its capabilities and its leadership or supposed leadership is unable to see that the toxicity is being created because something isn't working. And that if you are one of those overlooked leaders, or you are somebody who could be perceived by others as creating a toxic environment, that actually you have both a responsibility to yourself, but also to the organisation to look at what's happening for you so that you can overcome those issues and change the dynamic of the environment and the workplace that you find yourself in. And in doing so, you're fundamentally shifting the way people experience you as a current or future leader. You're demonstrating your commitment to your personal development, but also to making sure that you work and continue to empower and continue to develop an environment that works for everybody so that the organisation can continue to flourish and grow and develop as a whole. If you'd like to learn about how your working style or your behaviours might be positively or negatively impacting how other people perceive you at work, you can go to my website at www.barryjoinson.com and click Take the Test, where you have an opportunity to answer 25 very short questions which will reveal to you your dominant working style and give you some hints and tips about how that might be panning out for you in your role. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at Barry Joinson, or if this video has resonated with you, you can jump on a call by clicking on the wake up call button on the homepage in the banner and booking a half-an-hour free consultation with me. I hope you have a great day and that you found this interesting.